Why didn't someone do this sooner?
Well, and that's what I'm thinking, right? But you got to look at it like this. I never put past anyone the ability of the human brain to think of innovative ways to scheme a system.
Welcome to Queen City News Plus. Order in the Court. I'm Brian Blakely.
And I'm Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes.
Khalif, good to see you, man. Do you play the lottery?
It depends on who's watching. No, Brian, I haven't played in years. I mean, I remember growing up and my dad would always play and they would do straight and box and I always wondered what that was. And so I remember growing up saying, I'm going to go in there and play one time straight and box. Had no idea what it was, lost, and never played.
I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win somehow. I mean, I still try to do it like once every week, especially when it gets over 500 million. I'm playing, which the odds are really bad. So you're not.
I think I played one time, like with an office pool or something, where everybody was like, "All right, man, it's almost $1 billion. We're all
gotta go in,
right?" And then you start dreaming about what would happen if you won, and then you wake up the next day and realize, okay, we all got to go back to work, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Right. Well, that's the thing, though. This is the case that we're talking about today, the Texas lottery. And someone gamed the system, and they had an $85 million payout when they spent $25 million to buy all the combinations through some random online courier system, some Malta guy through a London banker, and bought all these tickets so you got every combination. And now the Texas lottery system is saying, no, we weren't going to let that happen.
99.3% of all the combinations, they left out the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because they said if they win there, they'd have to split it with too many people.
Why didn't someone do this sooner?
Well, and that's what I'm thinking, right? But you got to look at it like this. I never put past anyone the ability of the human brain to think of innovative ways to scheme a system. And so nothing that they did in this situation was illegal. Nothing that they did was something that was in violation. And the crazy part about it is this lawsuit with the woman is something even totally different. The only reason we're talking about this one is because she's bringing her claim against them. I mean, this is the problem. If had she not said, you know what, you guys are not trying to pay me my money, this other situation, well, it would have ruffled some feathers. I don't think there would have been anything that could have been done. And I still don't think could be anything done in that situation because they did not technically violate any of the rules. There's nothing illegal about buying all the tickets. Just as you said, so you got to have at least $25 million in that situation to be able to buy the tickets. And they did.
Well, that's the thing here. So what happened is the Texas lottery system has been under a tremendous amount of scrutiny and controversy because of what happened with these courier service pay apps. Well, people can buy their tickets online. And then this woman here that you're talking about won a huge sum of money. But then now the Texas state lottery system says, because you went through and did this online, you can't do this. But she also did it they're trying to change the law after the fact, aren't they?
There's a couple things happening here, Brian. So with this first situation, right? Yes, they used a courier service. So what's a courier service? That's where you can go on there, and I don't feel like going to the store to buy my lottery ticket. I can push the button on the app. They will physically go into the store and actually buy the ticket. Then they will take a picture of the ticket, send me a copy of the ticket, and allow me to say, hey, this is your real ticket. And then I can print the tickets out on my own. So looking at that big case that we talked about, the guys that bought the $250 million worth of tickets, they had a warehouse. They printed these tickets for 3 straight days, 100 plus tickets a minute. And that was what allowed them, using the courier service, to get it done. Well, fast forward to this lady. She bought one ticket, one $20 ticket using the courier service. And they said, you know what? Because you used the courier service, this is unlawful. Now, what's unlawful and illegal about it and what they're attempting to do after the fact is they're trying to make courier services illegal because some states authorize them. Some states regulate them, and some states are the Wild Wild West and don't have anything about them. They're just no regulation at all. New York's a state that has regulations. You got to be licensed to have it. But North Carolina specifically, we don't have any regulations on these courier services. So you can go out there and they can charge you different fees. So to that lady, they're not saying because she used a courier service it's a problem. There is already law in the books in Texas that says you cannot pay another person a fee for buying your ticket. So, for instance, yeah, you use the app. Well, the app's going to charge you some type of additional fee. Your ticket may be $5. You're going to end up paying us $6 to get the ticket. Well, the fact that they charge you that extra $1, they're arguing it makes it an unlawful, illegal ticket. And that's what they're saying. The fact that she used the courier service, even if they would have never charged her, it would have been fine. But because they added their fee, They're saying it's a violation, and now you cannot utilize our tickets, which meant your ticket didn't exist.
She doesn't get her $83 million payout, and that's her $83 million payout. Here's what she had to say, and she disguised herself because she didn't want her face and sound and also voice to be known. Take a look.
I'm being treated as the bad guy. Never in a million years would think that there was anything sketchy or inappropriate. Sometimes there are reasons to investigate things. I don't think mine is one of them. This is an opportunity for me to do other things with my life. And
how unfair would
Here's
it
the
be
lawyer.
for a person who plays by all the rules, who does exactly what she's supposed to do, and she wins the Texas lottery? How unfair would it be if she's not paid her winnings? Is that going to give confidence to those other people out there who want to play the Texas lottery?
Hey, Brian, let me say this. I 100% agree with her attorney that I played the game.
You guys
like
are
I
all
was-
alike.
I played the game like I was supposed to play it. Like I purchased a ticket. So what are we
Right.
attempting to stop here? Are we attempting to stop people from purchasing tickets? Like, yeah, there was this courier service.
Well, they're gaming the system here.
I don't know if the
They
courier
spent a lot of money to do it, but they gamed it so they could win a whole lot more
but I
money,
think
3
it's
times more.
Two separate situations.
It is two separate
The
situations. You're right.
courier service, yes, I think they are a legitimate business charging a fee like anything else. I don't want to go get my food from the grocery store. I get Instacart to bring me my groceries. They're going to charge me a fee, but now they've given me the convenience of not having to go to the store. I don't want to do my laundry. Guess what? They'll come do my laundry. There's a number of different services that I can buy. This is another service, and this is what the company said. This company is saying, we're providing a service. Folks don't want to go to the store. We will. It's not like they're not buying the ticket. There's not like the courier
Offering another way for them to buy the ticket,
Right.
to raise prices, which
And-
also gives more money to the state.
And this is what they're saying. They're like, look, we're generating revenue. They're saying we've increased the amount of people that have access to buying your tickets. Think about it. With people going into the store, you got to take time out of your day to drive to the store, to get in line, to be able to buy it. Now you just got to push the button for your phone. Because I've made it convenient, I've increased your opportunity to sell tickets. But to your other point, the other story, I agree. Now, that one, I don't even think I'm against that. I mean, because there's nothing that says you can't buy all of the tickets. So if I have the resources, if I have the means, if I'm playing against the house, if we're gambling, and now I've figured out a way to make sure the odds are now in my favor, if it's not illegal at the time, because even these laws that they're passing in Texas right now, the ones that are attempting to ban the courier services, it won't stop what happened with the first situation. Those folks in the first situation could still go out and buy tickets. They just have to physically buy the tickets here in the state. So I got $25 million. So what do they do now? They say you can't buy bulk tickets. So you can't buy a lot of tickets, multiple tickets, right? So now I'll go and go to 50 stores, go to 60 stores. They had hundreds of people working for them. They had all kind of family, sorting these tickets. They can implement the same strategy. So I think this getting rid of the courier, while it hurts this lady that buys 1 or 2 tickets, it doesn't stop this illegal scheme, what they're saying happened in Texas, what the governor called it the greatest theft in Texas history. I don't think it stops that by creating this. All I don't think it does is stops a legitimate business that was providing jobs, that was providing convenience. Now they're going to have to find a way, people that want to gamble right from their phones, to do it. But I think, and here's the crazy part, that company they use is a subsidiary of DraftKings. So it's like, it's not some back of the woods company that just started today in their garage. This is a legitimate business. You use it for everything else, for gambling and betting on sports. So now these folks have a other company they have created. I think they're going to make sure it's legitimate. I think right now this is a no issue. Give the woman her money. I mean, they got the Texas Rangers looking into this, and I'm not talking about the baseball team,
Right.
trying to figure out what happened in this situation. Like they went there and literally printed and stole their own tickets, but they paid for them.
Yeah, and as of the time of our taping right now, the Mega Millions is over 100 million. The Powerball is over 100 million here in North Carolina. Who's to say that they couldn't go out there and do that right now if they wanted to?
The numbers. So looking at the story, what they said is that this doesn't work on those big ones like Mega Millions and Powerball because there's too many algorithms and too many numbers, and you wouldn't be able to even buy enough tickets. But for these local ones, these state-ran ones, they're saying after it doesn't win, after there's a trickle-down effect, and then now you have an opportunity to say, okay, what are my odds of me now potentially getting a bigger payout? What does it look like for me to say, okay, this number's up to 100 million, and I've only got to pick 5 numbers. Okay, I can choose these 5, and I can figure it out. I got 25 million different options. 25. We don't have to be a mathematician, Brian, but 56 is more than 25. And as it starts to increase, right, to 100 and 200 million, then you have more incentive. Now you have a 4-to-1 odds of increasing your profit. So I think those are the types of things that, unless you have something that directly addresses an individual or a group having more than one ticket, they don't want to do that, because that $25 million the state of Texas took it. They took that $25.6 million that they took to buy those individual tickets. They didn't return the money. They didn't say, you know what, guys, I know you came out here and you bought these tickets. We're going to give you your money back because you bought it in a bulk system using this app. They kept the money.
Yeah, but also the woman who she's out of luck here too. I mean, she's not going to get her money when she legitimately won this money.
And I don't know. I mean, I'd say right now that, yes, the state of Texas is against it, right? And this is something that they're frustrated with. But if this case goes to court, she's making a lot of allegations of like the conspiracies and things like that. I'm not sure about the conspiracy part, right? But what I am sure about is that she had a ticket. She paid for the ticket won.
In a legitimate legal way that's set up through their system, yes.
Correct. Now, did she go into the store? She didn't. Someone else did. Now, if she didn't pay the dollar surcharge or whatever it was, and she just had her friend walk to the corner and purchase the ticket, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But because she paid for the service, that's where they dinged her. And I think that now, going forward, if you want to make those changes, do it. But this lady that probably thought she changed her life by getting this ticket, now you're about to, stop it right there on his head and say, you know what, this isn't fair. I don't think this helps anything. And to what her attorney's point, it undermines the system. And so now every person that plays is like, well, are they going to pay me? Will they come up with some new rule to stop me from getting my money? That's going to be the problem. And so as this plays out, I think some of our other claims are going to get dismissed.
Yeah.
But to the process, I think they'll hold up this case.
So what do you think Americans actually spend a year on lottery tickets?
Man, way too much.
What do you think? Give me a guess right now. Give me a guess.
It's probably upwards in the billions, man. I mean, greed.
Keep going.
More than $1 billion?
Keep going.
Not $1 trillion.
No.
A little
All
right, so I'd say maybe like a half a trillion, maybe 500 billion.
Less than that. $110 billion a year is what
crazy.
Americans spend on the lottery. Texas, as you can imagine, being one of the largest states, most populated states, it's the fourth highest in sales overall, but obviously the most controversial when it comes.
Who's number one? New York, I'm assuming.
I'm going to have to look that one up.
Oh, Brian, I'm going to say my money is on California for gambling. Why? Because they always win. Whenever there's a Powerball or Mega Millions, and I'm checking to see who won, because even though I'm not playing, I'm looking to see who won. It's never North Carolina. It's always in the middle of somewhere in California. They have the percentage odds to beating anybody else. But by all means, that's crazy. $100 billion.
And it's hard to believe that this has not come up before with gaming the system like this, and certainly a lot more regulations coming down the pike.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. All right, that's been Order in the Court. I'm Brian Blakely, Chief Legal Analyst, Calif Rhodes. Of course, thanks for watching Queen City News Plus. Brian Blakely from Queen City News here. If you enjoyed watching this content, be sure to download and watch our full series of Queen City News Plus originals on our app. You can find Queen City News Plus using your streaming devices, including Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, and Apple TV. Just search the name Queen City News Plus. Your support will help us to continue our series. Thanks for watching.